Welcome! Thanks for joining me in another edition of Wayne's Experiments. In this video, I'll show you the sights, sounds, and foods we discovered at the 2024 Minnesota State Fair. While visiting the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul for a month, we decided to check out some of the local attractions. One that's very popular is the Minnesota State Fair. We went on opening day. Waiting in line to cross the street, I saw my first Cybertruck in the wild. There it goes! Once inside, the crowd started to get pretty thick, and we did see a few famous folks. None of them were very chatty, but they were all glad to see us and gave us a hearty Minnesota welcome. One of the major reasons locals come back year after year is for the different foods, many served on a stick. We tried a bunch of them, starting off with a classic funnel cake. Between our food booth visits, there was a lot of entertainment at various stages to enjoy. Once the dancers were done, they took off their costumes, picked up instruments, and joined the band.
That's what tortures me.
You could find a lot of everything everywhere. There were arts and crafts for sale. You could even buy tractors or look into some free trade coffee. Being a state fair, there was judging. Lots and lots of judging. Since it was the first day of the fair, the animal judging was just getting started. So as we walked through their holding areas, we didn't see many ribbons. The dedication that the people have to raise and bring animals to exhibit is really commendable. We saw a few folks taking naps in pens next to their animals. I didn't bother or record them. The walkway between buildings to the judging areas needed some pooper scooper attention, and you had to watch out for traffic. As expected, there's the typical largest pumpkin, various fruits, vegetables, and all the things made with them on display. There's a seemingly never-ending set of baked goods with small slices out of them. The closest we got to trying any of them was to drool at them through the display glass. On the more whimsical side, there's also butter and beeswax carving. I really enjoyed all the creative scarecrow entries. They were a hit with the crowd, and we had to wait in line to see them all, but it was worth it. Which scarecrow is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below. As the day went on, we continued to grab a variety of foods while the attendants kept climbing. I had some great jerk chicken wings while Brent decided to go for some donut holes. We followed that up with our first on-a-stick item, frozen chocolate dipped cheesecake. Yes, it was delicious. The early afternoon saw the weather turn wet, so everyone crowded into the buildings. We saw a number of interesting things, like this furniture made out of really cool pieces of twisted and knotted wood. We ended our food adventures with a caramel apple sundae, followed by chocolate chip cookie dough on a stick. By then, even Brent's sweet tooth was satisfied. My mother quilts, so we had to be sure to stop in and see some of the impressive creations that were entered this year. The time, skill, and dedication to complete any of these projects is enormous. Beyond the judging, the performers, and the food, there was a bunch of other things to entertain and educate you. There are exhibit buildings that focus on conservation and the environment. The twirling plastic bag-nado was a sight to see. Other buildings highlight the history of the fair and Minnesota's contribution to society at large. For example, we discovered that the tilt-a-whirl was a Minnesota invention, premiering at the State Fair in 1926. Minnesota is known for friendly folks with a number of catchphrases. The fair leans into that in a fun way. They even poked fun at themselves with unusual on-a-stick items. While we enjoyed the food we had, there were a number of things that we weren't interested in trying at all, even if Spam is made in Minnesota. We're also not sure what the appeal is for the deep-fried pickle on a stick, but the line was always long, even in the rain. But that was part of the adventure, so much to see and do that you can't get it all done in a day. We had a nice time, got in a lot of steps, and now we can check that off our list. If you're in the Twin Cities of Minneapolis and St. Paul in late August through Labor Day, be sure to check it out. Drop me a comment below on how the deep fried pickles were. Maybe I'll try them next time. I hope you've enjoyed this video. To see more of my adventures and YouTube production experiments, please be sure to subscribe to the channel and like this video. Thanks!